velvet rope. Well, let's just get right into it today because we are joined by Patrk, Paul, and Snow White 90210.
Hello, every fashionista there's out there that listens
Hello.
to Mr. David Yontef.
Hello. What do you call them ropers?
I call my kids ropers, yeah.
Yeah,
Ropers. Hey,
ropers. I love
Ropers.
it.
They're all my kids. We're all in black
They need
today.
to cross over and become a fashionista and listen to our podcast.
Oh, is that what you call your peeps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was calling them undressed bitches, but Paul is making me now change it to undressed Denistas.
Oh, I like
Good.
that too. Listen, yeah, you guys interview them all. How is your new friend Teresa doing? You
She's
interviewed
doing
her.
good. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
We'll see her in New York. We're coming to New York, David, in May.
I mean, Teresa and Patrick are on, like, if they don't talk to each other at least once a day, it seems like the day is not quite complete.
I love her. I really
They're
do.
like texting. Louis texts back and forth. I'm like,
Yeah.
my husband's popular. Nobody ever calls me.
Maybe he'll leave you for Teresa and Louis.
Well, you know what? If he can get a better there than he can here, then I'm all for it.
Teresa
I
promised.
support it.
Teresa promised when we come to New York that we are coming to their house and they're doing
Oh, we're
cooked
the
meal for
cooking,
us.
yeah. You know what's funny? The other day, Teresa was cooking at home, so he's talking to Louis on
Yeah.
FaceTime because
Yeah.
they don't just like they do FaceTime with each other, all of them.
Yeah.
And so I'm downstairs in the kitchen here at the house, and he's like, "Oh, look." Louis like, "Look, Teresa's making me food in the kitchen." She's like, "Oh, look, I'm using my marinara sauce, and
Yeah.
I'm doing this, and I've got my lip gloss on, and blah blah blah."
And I'm showing him that Paul's cooking in our
Yeah.
kitchen.
Two bitches in the kitchen cooking for their man.
Well, now that's great. Now I don't want to. Yeah, every time you guys I don't want to start any trouble. Now, don't tell your friend Teresa. But when you are in New Jersey, what you should do is you should also pop over to Kathy Wakile's house or go to Pizza Love in Wyckoff, New Jersey. It truly is.
Oh.
Pizza Love is truly phenomenal,
Love.
and you
Well,
need to
then
get the.
you know what we'll do? We'll Uber Eats Pizza Love, and then we'll just
Like-
have it complement the other food that Teresa and I are going to be making in the kitchen.
Uber Eats, but don't Uber Eats it when you're at Teresa's house because I'm not sure that she is going to be happy with that.
Oh, she doesn't
Uh.
love pizza love.
I think she probably loves Pizza Love. I don't think she loves Cousin Kathy too much.
Oh, it's her place. It's her.
Yes, it's Kathy Wakile's. Yes,
You're
that's
a
what I'm
bitch.
saying.
You're a bitch, David.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying. Well, you say you're the ones that, but this is not planned. You said you're going to go to Teresa's for cooking, and I'm sure I've
Listen,
never
David,
tasted. Yes.
Listen, don't be jealous, bitch, right now, and don't be throwing shade at my best friend here.
There's no shade. I've never tasted Teresa's cooking. I'm sure it is phenomenal.
Good.
Yeah, it
I
looked
am,
really good. She was
I've
making
just
it
never
from
tasted it.
scratch. I mean, she was rolling dough out and everything. She had
Yeah.
flour and everything. And you know what? She looked fucking flawless
Yeah.
when she was doing it. I'm like, Teresa, I just rolled into the kitchen, and she's like, honey, you gotta look good. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I like her. She's really cool.
Speaking of cooking, you know who's cooking on her new show? I don't know if you've watched this. I mean, this audience is probably tired of me talking about it. Denise Richards' new show is phenomenal. I love it. I love it. Denise Richards and
doing
her wild
pots.
things.
She's doing only pots.
Only pans.
Only
Only
pans.
pans. It's kind of a cute idea, right?
That's funny.
Well,
You know, I love the fact that Denise Richards can continually to reinvent herself. That's what we do. And
you know,
you have to in
we
this
were
industry.
we were on her show.
Yeah, it's complicated
it's
on
complicated,
e-television.
yeah.
We're in season 2 on her show.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We
'cause
go
she
way
had-
back.
Because she had the other show. I mean, Denise Richards is like one of those staples in Hollywood that she's just
Yeah.
amazing. Like,
She really is. We saw I watched the Impact thing on Hulu last week. And the thing I love about Denise Richards that I think I've really learned to appreciate is that she just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
She is just herself in her own skin, and she doesn't care if you like her, you hate her, fuck you, is what you're watching it. That's all she cares. And it will do what she wants to do because she wants to do it. And I respect that.
yeah.
That's what they talked about in that documentary.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good.
You
I mean,
see,
Gorgeous.
she was a Bond girl. I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
I dressed Maud Adams, as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
and I had no idea that there was a list of #1 Bond girls.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So when Maud Adams wanted me to make an outfit for her for the anniversary of Octopussy, because that, and she goes, I'm the #1 Bond girl. I go, what do you mean? You just calling yourself that? She goes, no, there's a ranking.
There is a ranking.
There's a
Oh.
ranking. And Denise Richards, I think, is top
Top
10 or top
5, I
15,
believe. Yeah, I think
something
top.
like that. I was like, oh, my other friend is the
Yeah.
Bond girl. I better check the ratings.
Yep.
So cute.
Listen, she's an icon. It's really hard to invent yourself over and over in this town. I think, look, the show, it's funny how it all works out. The show probably has gotten a lot of its popularity because she was on Housewives. I mean, it's great regardless, but it's the
Right.
same production company. They've had Kathy Hilton on it. They've had Erica Jane.
I saw.
They've had Camille Grammer, Tori
Yep.
Spelling. I
Yeah.
think the Housewives audience is watching it because she was on Housewives, but regardless, it's phenomenal. I didn't realize that she had such a fuck you attitude, but I guess that makes sense. Now I like her
Yeah.
even more.
I think so, and she is the E audience too because her show it's complicated. The one that we were on with we did with her was on E television, and so they're showing the show on E as well. So it's great. I think it's really good.
It's just like, listen, it's like old
Mhm.
school. Like, yes, it's situationally scripted. They come up with these, but it is reality. It kind of reminds you of another scripted, not scripted in a bad way, but situationally. It reminds me of the Anna Nicole show.
It does. It
Well,
kind
let
of
me
does.
tell you, Anna Nicole was not
But not
scripted.
scripted.
They just fucking lied to her,
Yeah.
and they just kept lying to her, telling her, oh yeah, production's not going to start until 1 p.m.
Yep.
So she planned for hair and makeup at 11. And then they'd show up at 7 a.m. with the camera in her face in the bed going, what are you doing? Stop it. And it's like, oh my God. And that's the one that they use.
The Anna Nicole show
Of
was so
course.
iconic because it was when there was no reality television shows. You only had The Real World, you had The Osbournes, and you had the Anna Nicole show. Those were the only 3 reality shows in existence
Yeah,
back then.
she was the best.
And it was cable.
She
We
was,
didn't have streaming, it was all cable.
she was the best.
She really was.
That wasn't on the same time that Denise's was on, was it? Did that
No.
overlap? But it was
No,
like right
Denise was
afterwards.
years later.
Years
Denise
later,
was
okay.
Yeah.
much after. Well, Anna
Yeah.
Nicole now is passed away like 18, 19 years.
15 years.
So
Wow.
it's been that long. And you know what's the crazier thing?
What?
She was only 39 years old.
I know.
And as we sit here, all of us are a day over 39. And I'm thinking,
One day.
yes. And I'm thinking to myself, how did this happen?
Right.
Like, I can't resolve myself to thinking that I've lost a friend for this many years. I think about her every day, but at the same time, she was so young, like 39. Like, what is that? I mean, we barely know anything now, even when I'm sitting here.
I mean, I'll
How-
say it. I say it all the time. Anna Nicole Smith was the Marilyn Monroe of our generation. She really was. There's nobody like Anna Nicole in our generation.
Can I tell you a secret? She hid out of our house
Yeah.
here when the paparazzi was chasing her down when she was pregnant. And I made her my spaghetti recipe, the one that we have in our book.
Yeah.
That's the spaghetti recipe. I put that in our book, Portrait of an Icon, because that was her favorite spaghetti, the Armenian version with
She
the
loved
spicy.
it. Yeah.
And then we had dinner here.
Yeah.
I know, insane. And I'm like, every time I come to this room, I'm like, I remember.
She
You know
sat
what
at
I
this
mean?
table.
It's just
I don't know.
Right.
I don't think I realized she was 39.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was only 39 years
Yep.
old. And Marilyn Monroe had passed away when she was 40 or 39.
No, before 40, I believe,
The
because
same.
I remember. Yeah. Yeah.
It was like the same. It was such parallel lives.
Yeah.
They're probably both partying it up there.
Oh,